So look, bro, in today's video, we'll be talking about the OP1 AK. And I know a lot of y'all have been waiting for a while for this video to drop. And the only reason why this hasn't came out any sooner is literally because I've been having a lot of companies start sending stuff out to me. And I've been having a lot of interest in other things that I bought myself. And I've just been having fun testing out these different products. But I have come up with a consistent schedule and I will be flooding content really soon. So if you aren't subscribe, turn on post notifications because like I said, this is going to be a huge year for the channel. And if you want to be a part of the community that's growing, you know what I'm saying, definitely tap in and subscribe. Because according to YouTube, about 95% of y'all aren't subscribed to the channel. To me, that's just fucking crazy. So definitely, if you want to stay tuned and you don't want to miss my content, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss a video. And without further ado, let's jump right into this review. So to me, the OP1 AK is one of those shapes and just one of those mice that is near perfect. In-game gear literally, in my opinion, cannot do any better than this mouse. I think the next stuff in game gear is to come out with a wireless version of this mouse using like the 3950 or even the 3395. It don't really matter, but come out with a wireless version of this mouse using the 3950 to appeal to a larger crowd of people, and come out with the XM2W2 as well. You know what I'm saying? And I think we'll be talking about in-game gear possibly being the best community or the best company in this community, because in-game gear, when they make something, they put their heart and soul into it, and you can tell the OP1 AK is one of those things that they took a lot of time to get right. The mouse is so good that people have been switching from wireless to wired mice. Take that into consideration. That's how good this mouse is. It's a great shape, it performs well, and it's one of those type of things where it's like it's nothing like it on the market. You know, you have offerings from Razer where it's like you got the Dave 3 wired and you got the Viper wired, AK wired, and those are very high performing and very good shapes and very good mice and whatnot. But I feel like with this shape being the way it is, it appeals to a lot more people that have smaller to medium hands and a lot of people that have a lot of different grip styles, because this shape is very good for like diverse grip styles. So if your fingertip, I'm talking about pure fingertip, relaxed fingertip, you hybrid grip in between claw, aggressive, relaxed claw, whatever type of grip you have, except for palm grip, obviously. Maybe you can get away with a palm grip if your hand's small enough, but I don't really see it. But any type of grip for the most part, this mouse accommodates for it. It has flat sides. They're slightly curved, but they're mainly flat sides. So for fingertip, it feels amazing. It's narrow and the button height is relatively low as well. So whenever you aim it in game, you just get that precision that you don't get on other shapes. And it just feels really good to aim with this mouse. A lot of the things that I had issues with OP1 WE, I feel like in-game gear improved drastically with the OP1 AK. And I just wish it was a wireless version of this mouse and I would probably main it. And that's the only reason why this mouse isn't my main mouse, because it's wired. It's good enough to be in my rotation on a consistent basis, but it's not good enough for me to main it just because of the wire. I definitely would say if you want to know what a true AK or just a high polling rate experience feel like, this is the mouse to get to the experience that. I definitely would say, you know, immediately out of the box, I noticed the instant performance gains. I noticed the instant reaction time improvement and just overall the accuracy improvement whenever I was in game, especially in Kovacs, hitting new PBs and things like that. Like I said, that's part of the reason why I haven't really put out videos. I've just been enjoying testing out different products. And this is one of the ones I was using for a lot of those different products. And just this mouse is just phenomenal. You know, like the coding, I talked about the coding with the WE and how basically, you know, it was like, it was decent. And people was on my ass, like, they was like, what, you think the in-game gear coding is ass? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, nah, it ain't ass, it's decent, it's still slippery for me. With the OP1 AK, at least in the black variant, bro, the coding is so perfect for me, it's crazy, bro. Like, it feel like the more I use it, the more locked in I feel when I use this mouse. It just feels very grippy, very nice, but it isn't like overly grippy to where like I can't really adjust like my grip or anything like that, because I do like hybrid grip, you know what I'm saying? I kind of like relax fingertip into a claw here and there. So being able to just have a really reliable coating that allows me to be diverse with my grip, just, I love it. It's amazing. It's easily, hands down, it's definitely one of the top coatings on the market right now, if not the best coating. I will, you know, probably make a video talking about coatings really soon too as well, once I get my Vaxi XES in, and wait for that. So definitely tune in for that video because I am excited about that mouse. But outside of that, the overall build quality of the OP1 AK is amazing. I haven't had any QC issues, anything of that nature. Everything is damn near perfect on this mouse for me, to be honest with you. The only thing that I absolutely didn't like still was the mouse 1 and mouse 2. and that's just because the clicks still felt a little heavy. With WE, the clicks was like stupid dumb heavy. That mouse was already on the heavier side, and I know people gonna be like, well, 60 plus grams isn't heavy, but according to today's standards and what everybody likes, they like lighter mics. So the OP1 WE was a heavier mouse, and it had heavy clicks in it. So it just, to me, didn't really feel like a very good experience. I know some people might like heavy clicks, but for me, I like lighter clicks. And the new Kel switches that they put in this mouse are very light clicks. I feel like to the average person, they're gonna feel amazing. I think you guys would really enjoy it. You wouldn't have to really change them and swap them out, especially because these are some clicks that they built from the ground up with them. And essentially, if you have a Hall effect keyboard, kind of like how I have my Wooden over here, it's a thing called rapid trigger, and you can change your actuation and things like that with the keyboard, right? So imagine that same concept with Hall effect keyboards inside a mouse. That's kind of what the switch does, you know what I'm saying? Before you fully press it, it actuates and register your click and allows you to be a lot more responsive, which enables this mouse to have that really low latency and that really nice, crisp, precise feeling that you will have. And it's also a software that's designed for it as well, and it's very easy, very intuitive, you know what I'm saying, very simple. Looks like something out of Windows 98, but I love it because it's very lightweight and it isn't all that extra shit like Razer Synapse or the Logitech you know, whatever the fuck it's called, the Logitech G, whatever thing it's called. It's nothing like that. It's very lightweight. Set it and you're done, you know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I really enjoy about that. But if you want to know more about those clicks I was talking about, I will leave a link in the description so you can learn more. It's on their website. And also I highly recommend joining their Discord as well, because in their Discord they release beta firmwares for people to test out, and they have a whole channel log and a whole section for that particular subject on this mouse. So I did end up swapping the clicks out for a little bit of lighter click. Of course, you know, I use the Wano blue shell pink dots, and I will say that at least with this mouse, the Wano blue shell pink dots felt slightly heavier than what they might feel like in like the Atlantis Mini. I still feel like the Atlantis Mini probably has the best usage of those blue shell pink dots in my opinion. These feel just very light and crisp. These also feel very light and crisp, but they just felt slightly heavier, but they did feel, for me personally, a lot better than the original switches that came in there. So that's they kind of just been the switches I've been using, you know what I'm saying? And that's one of the benefits of having a mouse like this, is that you're able to like mod it and do what you want to it, and they encourage it, you know what I'm saying? It's an enthusiast grade mouse, and if you're not an enthusiast, then you really won't have an appeal to any of the things I'm going to talk about. But just the fact that they have this hybrid skate design, you probably can tell, you know what I'm saying? They have a hybrid skate design, so you're able to unscrew it, swap your switches, swap your battery, do whatever it is you need to do inside the mouse, and then, you know, you're back in there, you're good to go. So I really love that about Endgame gear, and that's one of my biggest things about Endgame gear I really just love about them. They always try to be a step ahead and try to be diverse and do something new. Outside of that, the mouse is just a phenomenal mouse. I know I keep saying that, but I'm sorry, the mouse is just amazing, bro. Like, the scroll wheel for me grew on me. I didn't like the scroll wheel originally with the WE. I feel like the scroll wheel was too small, but as I was using different shapes, like using the X2H, using the Atlantis Mini, my Sora B2, which I don't have at the moment because I had to send it back because of the sensor issues. You know what I'm saying? Using these different shapes and these different scroll wheels, for some reason, I found myself really enjoying using this scroll wheel in particular. And I don't know if it's because it's smaller or how it's designed, but when I use it in game, it feels like it flows so well with what I try to do. Most scroll wheels for me feel either too heavy or too light, or they not defined enough for me, while this scroll wheel personally feels like it's right in the middle. It's not too heavy to click, it's not too light to click, it's very defined. It just feels very good to click, and then overall, because of the size of it, whenever I'm going to go use it, it just feel a lot easier to deal with. Just feel like it just go on my finger a lot more. I don't think people really dive too deep into the scroll wheel with this mouse, but I feel like for me personally, at least on the OP1 AK, the scroll wheel is a very underrated thing that people should talk about more when they review this mouse, because I really enjoyed the scroll wheel as of late, you know what I'm saying? Definitely one of my favorite scroll wheels. Definitely, if I can have this scroll wheel on every mouse, I probably, you know what I'm saying, would love it. You know what I'm saying? That's how good the scroll wheel is to me. Other than that, I still really not a big fan of the side buttons. I do wish that the side buttons was maybe like flatter and just poked out more. They didn't have this weird pointed type of thing going on with it, this sloping. I really don't like the sloping at all on these side buttons, but are they decent side buttons? Hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're very clicky. little to no pre-post travel. Just overall really well made side buttons, feel very nice to click. It just, like I said, that punch, it give you that punch with these side buttons that I be looking for. So I can definitely say that they definitely did their thing with these side buttons. I just wish they was designed a little bit better. But other than that, overall really great side buttons. Honestly, in my honest opinion, like the OP1 AK is one of those mice where it's just like, hey bro, if you're contemplating on going wired, then I wouldn't even blame you. You know what I'm saying? This mouse is that good to make somebody convert to going from wireless to wired. It damn near did it to me, but I just couldn't do it just because I just preferred having a wireless mouse. It's just for me sometimes in game, I can notice that I had a wire, you know what I'm saying? Even with my bungee, I still can notice that I had a wire from time to time and it still bothered me. And maybe it's like a mental thing for me just because I'm so used to using wireless mice and I haven't used a wired mouse in so long. But for me, it just makes it hard for me to really want to main this mouse. Now, when in-game gear decides to drop the OP1W or to drop the XM2W that has like the 3950 in it, and you know, or the 3395, whatever they want to do with it, you know what I'm saying? Just whenever they decide to drop those mice and they perform just as good as the OP1 AK, then more than likely that will probably be my main mouse, you know what I'm saying? This mouse is just too diverse, it's too good. It appeals to a lot of shapes, appeals to a lot of grip styles, just overall, just a really well-made mouse. And I feel like that, you know, there's really nothing on the market that can beat this. Like, if you're trying to buy a good mouse and you're a person that don't know what to buy, OP1 AK is like the go-to recommendation as of late. And until something else come out that just really amazes me, this is the one to get. And it's like perfect too because it's cheap. You know what I'm saying? You can get it for like $80, sometimes cheaper if you buy it secondhand. And you can get it from In-Game Gear, Amazon. Like, you can get it from many different websites. So you're not limited to just buying it directly from In-Game Gear. So that's another thing I really enjoy about this mouse. Overall, like I said, a really great mouse. This mouse for me at least is a 9 out of 10. It's a couple of things that I personally don't like, which doesn't make it perfect, but you know, it's still a very good mouse. And definitely I would say that if you're looking for a new mouse to get, the OP1 is a great mouse, man. The OP1 is just a really great mouse, and I think most people will enjoy this mouse and find it easy to use, and will find that they aim and just they play in game will actually improve compared to, you know, what they might have been using in the past. But I just did a lot of talking, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna end the video right here. Let me know in the comments though, you know, if you have an OP1, what do you guys think about it? Is it one of your favorite shapes? Is it one of your favorite mice? Is it still in your rotation? Because for me personally, this mouse will forever be in my rotation. Hell, I bought a bungee for it. That's how you know I love it, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it's been your boy Widget, and I'm out, man. Peace. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. See y'all in the next video.